Are you trying too hard to get ahead? Well, why not take the easy way to improve in your work, to get greater results and have a more significant impact? Let me share my insider's tips with you in this video. Hey folks, I'm Amy Hager, an RD in private practice, and I've figured out a few things in my career that I want to share with you about getting ahead with less work. So I've definitely spent my time getting more certifications, taking on that position that requires extra hours, longer commutes, and just more time on the road and less time for my personal life. It definitely takes some genuine self-reflection that my work and my personal life were out of balance. And I know this can be a tricky balance to master. So I wanted to share with you my path of least resistance and how to do better, get ahead with less trying. But first I want to highlight some of those things that you know really aren't working for you. And that is pushing yourself to the point of burnout and just taking on more, and just feeling like that's the only way to get ahead. I've definitely had this mentality where I just felt like if I kept pushing, that somehow everything would be better. I'd be making more money. I'd be more satisfied. I just would enjoy my clients more. I would find the perfect job if I just kept pushing. But funny enough, what ended up happening was that I just got more of the same. I just got more feeling of I had to keep pushing to get ahead. And so it just created a vicious cycle of having to feel like putting out more effort was the only way to get what I wanted out of my career. But one of the interesting things I've discovered is that point when I stopped pushing, when I actually thought about the other things that made me happy, is when I finally got a break in that feeling of not having to work so hard. I know this is kind of like a backward concept. It doesn't really seem to make logical sense, but I can give you a couple of examples. So one big example was when I wanted more satisfaction out of my career. I thought satisfaction meant more money. So I kept trying to find the jobs that were going to bring me bigger paychecks. But what I found out was that what came with those jobs were longer hours, bigger commutes. And what I was really looking for was more balance in my life. I was actually looking for more fun, and I was looking for more free time, and I was looking for more control over both of those. And so when I finally ended up quitting my job at this big corporation where I was making the most money I ever made and started working for myself, is when I finally got that feeling of balance. And I finally got that feeling that, you know what, I feel like I just moved ahead. Because even though it took a little bit of a pay cut, it wasn't the bottom line, so to say. It was just the beginning. Like, I had the opportunity to increase my revenue if I wanted to, but I was just starting over, just going back a couple of steps. But what I gained in the process was more control over my time, more control over my schedule, more fun in my life. For me, what came out of that lesson was that if I just stepped back a little bit, thought about what I really wanted, chilled out, had some fun, then things started coming together for me. I couldn't solve my way out of my problem with the same brain that brought me into the problem. I couldn't figure my way out of my unhappiness at work. I couldn't figure my way out of trying to find more satisfaction. I had to take a complete break from it, do less for a significant period of time, and then figure out the next way forward. So another way to say that is that when I made the decision to leave my job, it opened up a lot of blank space on my calendar, and I filled it with things that were more fun, things that were more enjoyable, hobbies, activities, and more time to sleep, more time for self-care, more time for family, and that really set a new pace for my lifestyle. It really evened things out, and it really got me thinking in different ways that, like, what is it that would make me really happy? Is it getting the next level up of a job, or is it having a different type of lifestyle? So I would have never found that solution if I had not stopped and taken a break. And I think a lot of people get in this trap that if they just keep pushing, they're going to get further along. But sometimes the answer is to pull back, do less, and then an answer will come up from inside of you. That was kind of a weird way to put it, but so many times I've talked to people and that when they finally took that break, whether it was like a vacation or a sabbatical or just took some time off of work, took a long weekend, slept more, changed up their schedule, they were able to get more answers about what it is they were trying to solve in their problem. The other thing that comes with more downtime, taking it easy, doing less, is that you literally recharge your batteries. Your brain starts to function better. You start to connect the dots easier, and your solutions come to you a lot more easily. I know it's a bit of a strange concept to kind of do less to get more, but it's worked for me time and time again. So here's a recent example. I was trying to up my revenue for the month, and I was just like, okay, how do I do it? How do I sell more programs? How do I get more clients? How do I get more viewers on YouTube? How do I, trying to think of all the real doing action steps to kind of crank up the revenue. And then I was getting frustrated because I didn't seem to be making any progress. I didn't seem to be getting more clients. I didn't seem to be getting more views on YouTube. Everything was just kind of stuck. So I thought, okay, I'm going to table this. The whole action plan, I'm just going to table it. I'm not going to try to do anymore. I'm just going to back off. I'm just going to have fun. And coincidentally, sort of the timing of it was at a time where I had a craft show coming up. Something that took my mind completely off of my career and my revenue goals. Although my jewelry business is a revenue generator, but I didn't have the same attachment to it. For me, when I looked at craft shows, I was going for the fun of it. It is a lot more fun to be in the environment and be in the community and have people looking at your wares and like getting excited about them. So the whole vibe of that was shifting my frustration from work over to a more chill experience. And I wasn't in a problem-solving mode. I was just in an enjoyment mode, and I was having the time of my life because it had been several months where I hadn't done any kind of art shows. And so I was just enjoying the people I was with, enjoying customers, enjoying all my fellow artisans. And the weird thing that happened that weekend was that, not by my control, but I picked up a bunch of new clients in my private practice and a new student in my private practice program. And I didn't even try to do these. Like, I wasn't trying to make it happen, for so to say. I think there was a connection between letting go, having fun, letting the time pass, let things marinate, stop fixating on trying to solve the problem, and then watching how the solution sort of played itself out without me being directly involved. No, it's a little bit of a woo-woo concept, just that whole witnessing of that coincidence, you might call it. But time and time again, I find when I unplug from a frustration and I table it, walk away, get focused on something else that makes me feel a lot more in a positive space, some of these problems solve themselves. So that's what I want to propose to you guys, is this different type of approach. It's not a direct approach, definitely a hands-off methodology. It's definitely more in the woo-woo world. If you're thinking about positive feelings, positive mindset, has nothing to do, like one has nothing to do with solving the other, but they seem to coincide. It always seems like whenever I'm having fun in one area of my life, the other areas improve. So just by backing off and closing the door and just ignoring it, they seem to solve themselves. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys. If it's something you want to try, if it's something you've had any experience with, I would love to hear about that, because it's a very interesting topic to me, and it's more than just a coincidence to me, because it happens all of the time. It's just, I have to remember that you truly have to be in the zone, in the moment, enjoying yourself, and then the other things start to resolve themselves. So it's definitely a quick little concept. I wanted to share it because it's definitely on my mind, and I'm getting ready for another mind clearing vacation period. Next week, I'm taking some time off to just be out and enjoying myself, and I can't wait to see what happens next, because I know it's going to be good stuff. Whenever I'm fully enjoying myself and letting go, other areas of my life improve, and it always seems to be my career. So, all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I would love to hear your perspectives on it. If you like this kind of content, I've got a lot more in the kind of the woo-woo category of career success in nutrition, and I'd love to hear from you. All right, take care. Now, bye.
Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to catch the latest video here. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos on private practice and being self-employed as a dietitian.